Thinks about bees, like when they think the word Phoebe. I think the fact that it's spelt so differently to how it's said, Phoebe, kind of, hopefully, I don't know. It's been a difficult one for me all my life, but like I said, now people seem to know how to spell it, so that's great. My name is Phoebe Rose Lovatt. I'm from London, and I now live in Brooklyn, New York. I think Phoebe was one of the Titan goddesses, and she was associated with the moon. And Phoebe means radiant or pure or bright. And I don't know when I became aware of that, but I remember really liking it when I found out that that's what it meant. I feel like if there's anything that I aspire to in my life, it's to be light and bright. And I don't mean that in a sort of, that I want to be, you know, superficially jolly, but that I kind of aspire to lightness in all sorts of ways, whether it's, you know, keeping lightness in your manner or staying materially light. I don't like having a lot of possessions. I like to just, I'm like aspiring to be elevated and light wherever possible. And also to be, I really respond to people who I feel have a sense of light about them, whether it's that they're energized in some way or lit up from within, and like that's a quality I've always aspired to. So I like that that's what my name means. My last name, I think, sits really well with my first name. And even though it has the word lover is not connected to the word love in any sort of like etymological sense, it doesn't mean love. It's nice to have a name with the sound word love in it, because it's obviously a word with very positive connotations. And then Rose, my grandmother's name, is, I mean, it almost makes the name a bit too pretty and girly, so I don't use it a lot, but it's on my passport, and that's great. It's nice to have a little nod to my grandmother in my name. Even though perhaps it shouldn't, your name, if you want it to and if you let it, can really become a big part of your identity. I mean, I don't think you have to. I know lots of people with really simple, common names whose identity, because perhaps they don't have very distinctive names, I don't hear their name and then automatically think of them. But I think if you do have an unusual name, it's good to own it. And yeah, I guess it wasn't so much that I was like, I'm gonna, this is a great brand name. But I definitely thought about the fact that like Phoebe and Lovatt sounded, quite nice together, and because of the O's and the round, maybe because I'm a writer and like I think about words a lot and the way that they look and the way that they sound and the impressions that they create, regardless of their meaning, like the way that a word looks and sounds impacts your perception of the meaning of that word. So like I said, my last name is Lovatt, and it means it's not anything to do with the word love, but it will always, in people's minds, whether they realize that or not, evoke that word, love. But yeah, I was always aware of the fact that I had these kind of special weird names, and thankfully I was never too resistant to them. And now that I'm an adult, a grown woman, I really like my name. It sounds a bit narcissistic to admit that. Oh, I really like my name. Because of course you don't choose your name, and so it's like saying, oh, I really like my face. It's like finding that balance between giving a name that someone can attach themselves to, but isn't overly distinctive, or like kind of, you don't want a name that walks in the room before you. And that's another thing. Yeah, like I'm glad my name isn't super weird, but equally I'm really glad that it's not. There's one other girl I found on the internet who is from the part of England that my family are from, whose name is Phoebe Lovatt. She's like 15. And I think she must be pissed because I got all the social media handles before her. She managed to get one before me, a kiddie one, because she jumped on it for, like, I guess she was more on that platform before me. I can't remember which one it was. But, you know, I've got the Gmail, I've got the Twitter, I've got the Instagram, I've got, you know, the Vimeo, I've got all those, which is so funny that that's even a thing now. But again, I'm grateful that I can use my own name on all those platforms and no one's tried to get it before me. And whenever a new social media platform comes out, even if I'm not going to use it, I go and take my name really quickly. Oh, I think she's got Snapchat. I think she got Snapchat because that's like a younger thing, and I guess she's like 16, 17. Hi, Phoebe Lovatt, if you're watching this.